My first journey on the Dark Voyage. It was dark, it was chaotic. Nothing at all like the simulations. Of course, that's the way it was for all of us, wasn't it? All that breeding, all those years of training. Doesn't really prepare you for all the screaming in the blood, does it? Frankly, I'm still amazed we even made it through the first zone. Never mind the first ride.
So, you want to get a high score in Dark Voyage, huh? Well, let's start off with the basics. Dark Voyage is a rail shooter style game where you're led through different areas with different targets to shoot. You can shoot all sorts of things, but what are the best things to shoot? Well, in order to know, we must first take a look at how the targets work. We can classify these targets into two separate categories, breakable and unbreakable. Breakable targets are the most common. They will reward you with points every time you shoot them, but they only have a limited number of times that they can be hit before they break and are no longer available. These targets can break in as few as one shot, or as many as 10, and they will award different points based on whether or not they break. For example, shooting this target will award you with 5 points on the first shot, but 15 when it breaks on the second shot. Similarly, these paintings will reward you with 5 points for the first 3 shots, and then 15 on the final shot. So we can conclude that delivering a fatal shot to a target will earn you more points than shooting them normally. Not all of these breakable targets work the same way though. We'll get into that later. The other types of targets are the unbreakable ones. These targets will reward you with the same number of points every time you shoot them. But no matter how many times you do shoot them, they will never break. They are quite easy to calculate as far as the number of points that they earn you. The advantage to shooting unbreakable targets is that you don't have to look for another target until the one you are shooting moves out of range. The disadvantage is that their point rewards can be lower than the points that are given to you if you just shoot the breakable targets. But if you're prioritizing breakable targets, you run the risk of missing your next few shots after breaking the target. You need to be able to aim quickly in order to not lose precious time that could earn you those points. Let's take a look at two different runs at the start of the map. One will be focusing on breakables, and the other unbreakables. As you can see, when you focus on breakable objects, you have to do a lot more work. And, compared to the final payout, you earn more points simply focusing on the unbreakable targets. So does that mean you should just focus on the unbreakable targets? No. This run, which uses a combination of breakable and unbreakable targets, outscores both of the others, and by quite a lot too. So the key to scoring the most points is to know when to focus on items that'll break, and when to focus on items that will not break. So now that we know what to focus on, it's time to look for the point values in each target. Let's start off with the targets that we'll see in the first few areas, and move our way down to the targets that we see at the end of the ride. The pop-up targets take 2 shots to break. The first shot earns you 5, and the next shot 15, for a total of 20. The same can be said for the ghosts. The crows take 6 shots to kill, each shot rewarding you with 15 points, for a total of 90 points. Jack-o'-lanterns break in 2 shots, each shot rewarding you 15 points, for a total of 30. The bottles break in 1 shot, earning you 15. The bells are indestructible, each shot earns you 5 points. The paintings take 4 shots to break. Each shot is 5 points, but it will reward you with a total of 30 once it is broken. The floating books take 6 shots to break, rewarding you with 5 points each shot until it breaks, rewarding you with a total of 40. The floating chairs and the piano will each earn you 5 points. These cannot break. Eyeballs each take 3 shots to break, with each shot rewarding you with 15 points, for a grand total of 45. These bats die in 2 hits, the first shot awarding you 5 points, and the next shot 15, for a total of 20 points. These cards take 4 shots to kill, getting you 5 points each, with a total of 30. Gems on the wall are the lowest value for any target that you can shoot. Even though they don't break, they only award you 1 point. These ghosts die in 2 hits, for a total of 20 points. These skeletons take 5 hits to kill, awarding you with 35 points total. Werewolves do not die, and they will earn you 5 points. Spiders take 10 shots to kill, and award you 5 points each shot, for a total of 60. The candelabras can take 2 shots, each earning you 25 points, for a total of 50 points. These zombies earn you 5 points total. This wall earns you 5 points total. This ghost earns you 5 points total. And this extra spooky ghost is the highest paying unbreakable object, earning you 10 points every time you shoot her. These potion bottles and blood potion bottles earn you 15 points each, breaking in just one shot. And this eye in this one area is special. It takes 5 shots to kill it, with each shot giving you 20 points, making it much better to shoot than any of the other eyes in the game. These TVs take 4 shots to kill, each shot getting you 5 points until it breaks for a total of 30. This pentagram earns you 2 points every time you shoot them. This spooky demon earns you 5 points. These spooky flying demons take 10 shots to break, earning you 5 points every single time you shoot them, for a grand total of 60. And these claws on the sides earn you 5 points each. Alright, this is Future Darkbeat with a bit of an explanation. All of the numbers that I gave you should be right, but there are 3 of these targets that give me a lot of confusion. The crows, the spiders, and the candlesticks. They will sometimes earn you different amounts depending on what the game feels like rewarding you. Sometimes these crows reward you with 40 points total, rather than 90. Sometimes the spiders reward you 50 points total, rather than 60. And sometimes the candles give you 40 points total, rather than 50. This has been something that's been going on since the beginning of the game, which is why I haven't made a video on it yet. I'm not sure what causes these to be awarded different values, it just happens, and it's always with these 3. The crows, the spiders, and the candles, and it can be in the exact same round, can sometimes earn you different amounts of points, and I have no idea why. So we got that going for us. Your final score will determine the number of units that you get rewarded. The units that you earn will be the final score multiplied by 3. And that's just for solo runs. What if you're in a group? Group voyages are a bit different. Every time you earn points, you will not only increase your own personal score, but also the total score for your team. Every team member increases this total based on their performance. Once the ride is over, you get a bonus payout for your units, based on the team's overall total. This total is based on the following calculations. This total is then added to your own personal score for the final payoff. So performing better will earn you more points than other players, but you can still help them along the way. And during the special co-op events that are going on right now, the team total is actually multiplied by 4.5 instead of 3, meaning that you can earn some crazy units every time you ride. So if you see other people in the ride, make sure to join in and help them out. I'll see you there.